brutality.
Heavy. I need 2 permits. Now, we got max permit. We'll stop and weigh on the way out. this. Put the hat back on. Morning, what's going on? You know, now that it's getting colder out finally, it's November 27th today. Minus 10 this morning, not crazy cold. What do I got right now? Yeah, I'm still minus 10. I already didn't want to go to work. I'm just like, it's cold out. I don't want to go. Got a boiler here from Millennium Heat, and we're gonna take that out to Wolf Lake Road, which is off the Elk River Road, which is west of Lodgepole-ish area, if you don't mind. Out by the Brazos Dam, turn off 620. That's about 30K to the Wolf. And then we're only 4K up the Wolf, and then right and some other BS. I didn't really look that far. Few concerns lately, the last couple days. I've been disengaging my power divider, and when the exhaust comes out of the switch, I'm like, that sounds weak and different. And then I'm blessed with the smell of burnt gear oil. And yesterday, I just happened to have the sun was shining perfectly in my window on my dash, and I kicked it off. And there was a little bit of a vapor cloud, followed by the pungent smell of burning diff oil. I'm just like, that's pretty cool. I only wrote up my leaking diff like probably 2 months ago. It's leaking out of the input on the front. I noticed a few times I parked, say N-Twizzle before you get on to 16, and it's that bit of a hill. When I had that coil that I last just took out to the ANC road, I parked there to just have a little walk around, look at stuff. And I always look at my diffs, see what's up. I'm like, hi diff, how are you? I'm doing pretty shitty, thanks for asking. Yeah, and it's blessed me with the little drip. I do my walk around, come back. Now I got a puddle like this. I'm like, really? I'm like, they never tell you if they do or don't fix stuff, so I'm always just gotta guess. I'm like, okay, I guess that didn't get fixed. I haven't been noticing it, and I always look at my floor where I park to see what kind of new stains I got. And I've always had just kind of a little one at the back there with the back diff. And I'm like, it's just a minor leak, okay. I'm like, what? I don't know what an input seal is, like $35. Maybe there's more to it, and it's eating the seals because the bearings are messed up. Probable cause, you know. Especially now that it's been, young Braden told me the other day, he's like, yeah, I put half a pail in there. I'm like, doesn't it only hold half a pail? I don't know what the pecking order is for, like, okay, I kind of got something that's a huge red flag. Should probably look at it sooner than later, not months later, and I'm like, hey, remember that leak I talked about? Well, now my dash is on fire every time I turn off the cross logs. Smoke comes out. I let the smoke out. So, I don't know. I asked John this morning, the other guy, I'm like, what's a diff cost? It's like $8,000. And then your time. Downtime. You're looking at a full day of downtime and $8,000. I'm like, why wouldn't we just fix it or something? Do something. Can you just do something? That's the kind of things around here that just, like, I don't get it. I'm like, you'd rather blow it up and make it cost a substantial extra amount of money than just, like, nipping the problem in the butt. hopefully we make it through the day. I'm off tomorrow and the next day, I told him. She's like, well, we got 3 CVIPs we need to do. And I'm like, I present you with my problems and I just get put on the back burner. I'm like, I don't really care what's going on. I'm just, if it leaves me fucking stranded, I don't know. If it seizes solid and grenades, I'm screwed. You won't be able to drive. Yes, I have 2 other axles. Possibly might be able to chain it up and put in your locks and drive, but you would have to take off the rear drive shaft. I don't have any of those. I think they're 12-point sockets. I'm like, don't have any. Possibly, I don't know if I could squeeze out, if you need a special tool to get the U-joint out. I think you do, because I don't think you can take out those, what are they, like 7/16 bolts on the caps, take those out, if that's the style I got, and then be able to slide it, ding ding, take the caps out, get enough room to just slip yoke. I don't know. I've never had to take one out, so, and I'm not really keen on laying underneath the truck. I'll do it on the pavement, sure, but I'll do what I gotta do if I had to do it. I've had to take the front drive shaft off the PTO because the live hydraulics, it has a set screw, and for some reason all of a sudden Frank just got loose and fell off. I didn't wreck the rad, thank God, because that's usually what happens when that goes. Something happens with that drive shaft, comes off the crank, goes right underneath your radiator to the pump that's mounted in the front bumper. That's why the front bumper is so big, because you need the room for that pump. It fucking ends up doing this, and it hits the bottom of the rad and makes a hole in your rad that you can't fix with Bardol or an egg or anything like that, and you're screwed. Yeah, 3/4 day today by the time I get back to the shop. I haven't hit it with the laser gun because I don't want to know, but if I'm getting smoke and the stench of burning gear oil, it's hot. None of my diffs are working right now. They were a couple days ago, and that diff was reading. I never seen anything. Maybe it got so hot that the sensor said no more, but I didn't notice. I would have seen it. I do look at it regular. Kind of curious, if you got no oil to heat up, does the sensor have anything to read? You think the heat would still register something on the sensor, I'm sure, but as of right now, we're all flatlined on all diffs. But anyways, we'll stop at this Rocky Southway and we'll weigh this up because I had to get a max permit. It's probably full of fuel. I think I'm good. If nobody's there and I'm not good, I'm not adjusting it. I'm just gonna call it good and we'll carry on. Unless it's somebody's there and they've hit me with the cherries, you know what I mean? All right, let's continue on trucking as long as we can. Not too bad. Probably could have got away with a little less. My max on the drives, I'm actually 300 over. And light on the trailer at 24-ish. 24.5, so we could have left it back further and got less of a permit, but whatever. Sometimes it takes a while for shit to equalize out anyway, so. And I don't have a max permit reading for my drive, so now I do. this was. 52 for like 56. This is a boiler. It heats stuff when stuff is cold. It's very size. This back whole piece is like fuel tank. I don't know how much fuel is in it. It'd be nice to know. Usually there's a gauge on the side, but it must be inside the door, probably right there. Did wash yesterday. Couldn't stand it anymore. Had to. Winter fronts on. Got the winter kit installed. See, the sides are closed. Still got a massive gap. But then you can tell the hood's not quite sitting on there right. The back should be a lot higher. So should the front. You guys can probably see the gap in the videos. Fucking write that down before I forget. Getting into some sunflower seeds. I was like, And then I had to pee. And then I was contemplating chaining up. I'm like, well, I stopped to pee, I might as well chain up. Road's a little damn back there. Son of a gun. Oh well. We can go back, we'll be back early enough we can wash again. Nah, I'm off. So probably won't fix the diff, they'll use my truck. It'll blow up. I've washed it for nothing. Mechanics will use my fenders as a workbench. It'll be all disgusting. Stop. Fucking work. I've never been on this road they talk of here, so I think it's on the top of the hill and then right. But I feel like that's way further than 4 kilometers. I don't see anything on fire under here. So I told the lady this morning, I'm like, my diff's on fire. I gotta go to work though. We'll talk to you later. She couldn't believe the story. I told her, I was like, yeah. I disengaged the diff and smoke came out from under my dash. She just laughed and said, oh, what? I'm like, yeah, it's a first for me too. I've never had that before. I'm like, there's a lot of firsts here at Brawler that I've never seen before. Uh-oh. Malfunction. Not that good like that. I really need to shorten my chains, but you know, I'm lazy. I got a new set, and I'm gonna migrate these to set number 2, and then my other set number 2 is gonna become number 3. Number 3 is gonna become scrap iron, which never put on 3 sets yet. I don't see why I would start now. I'm sure there could be an occasion where I probably should, but who wants to spend a half an hour chaining up? Should really start putting these on the opposite way, on the opposite side. I think that works, because they're all probably symptoms from being too loose, right? You see how there's more tit on the back than the front? It's because they're loose and they're slapping the ground as you drive, because you're being shitty and lazy. Absurd amount of tails on mine too. Pull ahead, spin a tire. We'll put the auxiliary in super low. Shouldn't spin. I got all the weight in the world. Might be alright. If you're being shitty, it's gonna suck. See, I'm grabbing everything. I need to take one cross rail out of this side. Well, you take out the closest one too, right? Which would be this one. Looks like we might be alright here. Nice and tight. Yes. She is the finest in all the village. Might have to make a rotation and fix that. I got 2 there. That means I'm parked on it. You don't need to worry about chaining up, zip ties would say. Some days I wish I lived somewhere where I never had to chain up. Like, I don't mind chaining up, actually. Like, it's not the end of the world. I know I'm gonna do some shit when I got them on. Part of it's to blame. So my mirrors are kind of shitty. Oh, here comes the excuses. Our road train trucks, we had wide load mirrors that pulled out. I know you don't pull out. And it would point directly right in the sweet spot. Your tire chains. Fuck, you're greedy. I'm like, I only like to put them on once. Oh. Well, it's pretty good. I can still get them rock tight, even though they're right at the last leg. We'll tighten up the inside on the driver's side, though. I can see, maybe you guys can't. It's alright, you can use the fucking tractor spike to park like this. What's the worst that's gonna happen? If it turns itself off, you're gonna hear it. And it'll be a second or two before the truck starts rolling. You got time. But you also better be ready to hop in there and get the brakes. Someone's behind you. Better hope they have a bumper. Alright, now that I've technically chained up twice. Always tuck your tails, because if you don't, it could be an airbag. Or a fender. Get on there with my little fingers. Alright. Let's truck on. Well, do you know what that cut across that I'm talking about? Like it looks like it's there, and then it's halfway down there. So yeah. I thought I was just about to party on, Garth. I phoned dispatch. I'm like, yo, I'm like 4 and 4.3 here, and there's nothing here. It's like, no, there's nothing there. I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't call you if there was nothing here. He's got his roads mixed up. He's like, no, you're on the Wolf Lake Road. I said the Wolf Lake cut across. I'm like, this road isn't actually, like, this is the Wolf Lake Road. And on my dispatch, it says Wolf Lake Road, hang a right. We're like 35 minutes from going in either direction of being in the right spot, but that first road, as soon as you leave the pavement, there's that cut across that cuts across to the Wolf, but it is not called the cut across. It's not called the Wolf Lake cut across. I can't remember what it's called. Should always confirm what they got when I picked up the boiler. So yeah, 35 minutes out of the way. So we'll make a circle. It's about halfway down that cut across, right about in the middle of where we're supposed to be. Extra wear on the tire chains. Probably didn't even need the chain on. Oh well, okay, we'll go in a circle. That's an hour Brawler's gonna be eating for free, I guess. I'm not. I'm getting paid.
gotta do like some,
come up on this right there.
you gotta do some grading and spot mats and stuff, so not late. Some dirt work to do a little bit over there, so I'm just gonna take off my flags and my D sign and just kind of hang out, I guess.
It has to warm up. So it can kill you! Showtime!
Wait for that hoe.
I ain't no hoe.
pocket glove. Running out of steer room here to be able to get out from underneath it. Making holes here, it's getting soft, I'm breaking through the crust. Oh, my sling's all fucked now. All this heavy corner.
perfectly level.
Fucking winch is toast. Sure you guys heard that. Guess they didn't fix that either. Could be happy. Once drop something, then we'll fix it. The drum is dry inside. So it literally is grinding. That's what that noise was.
Oh, it's a little greedy.
Hear the air going on my knee side. Loaded low boy, 4 bridge, south blowout. South blowout it's called. I'm like, shit, I didn't know that there was another blowout over here too. I'm like, I didn't know about that. North? Great. Yes. Nobody says a word. As soon as I start talking, it lights up. The north blowout road is off the, well, I'm pretty sure back then it was the Petrican road, where that big lodge pole blowout was, in the like, I don't know, it was 80s, or was it like 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, somewhere there? Whatever, biggest blowout in Alberta history, I think it was, or the worst. Sour, big cloud of sour gas, so they had to light it. And it was like unforgiving conditions. It was like 20, 30, 40 below, and they're out there trying to fight it. The rig was just an ice sculpture, which was weird because it was on fire too. So no big deal that I was a little late. They still had to do stuff, so no problem. We don't have to take an hour off. We get to charge an hour. I mean, keep the hour. There for like almost 3 hours. Everybody seems like cool dudes though, so yeah, right on. Chill, relaxed. Can you do this? I'm like, I got it. It started getting softer and softer every pass though. The crust was compressing. They're probably like this deep, which isn't serious. As long as the crust on top doesn't just like snap in half and you go through it. They're like, when we moved the drilling rig, they buried the commander over there. See where those cones are over there? Don't go over there. I'm like, okay, I got that. I don't need to go over there at all. It's like, yeah, the commander got buried 3 times. I'm like, holy shit. Alberta.
Put an air can onto 8 mile at 5.
Put it on mats, 2 8x40s, but had to put it all the way over to the edge. I was like, You guys didn't line it up so I could be in the middle of your two mats so I could drive out because they had, I think they had it all set up for coil, possibly. Literally had 4, or was it 3, 6, 9 mats out from the wellhead. Unless if they have some kind of other plans there, but I was thinking to myself, coil's going here, which is pretty nice for coil. Usually they don't get that. And then, so I had, I was literally, I'm like, well, I can back up, I can straddle the two. You can just give a little shove with the cat if you want the room, it'd be right in the middle. And then I can readjust and I can move over a little bit more. Or I could just move over right now, put your boiler right on the edge of the mat. That'll put my right front steer tire right on the edge of the other mat that I got to drive up onto as I'm unloading. At the same time, live hydraulics, like a boss. It was like smooth as could be. That's why I love live hydraulics. It's just like the cat's ass. But you got to be a smooth operator too. Takes a little bit of finesse. Clutching, RPMs. Somebody say south blowout at 0, empty? Guess not.
I said 4.5 on the 8 mile.
Oh, I was way off. I need to clean my roof. It's disgusting. Smoke a few more ciggies. Pigeon, or ptarmigan, quail. I really don't know what they are. See them all the time. Usually they don't get out of the way, and then you just see a little puff of feathers. Ptarmigan. I think those guys are white in the winter though. It's just, we just got snow, so, but the bunnies are already white. It's not, this definitely wasn't a pigeon. I was a pigeon. Grouse, ptarmigan. Those are the only ground birds that I know that are retarded. I'm sure there's other. I think quail's in there too. I don't know my ground birds. I don't hunt. I go to the store like every other bitch. Not a man. I don't hunt. I picked truck driving. I don't have time to hunt. Hunt for my next purchase, whether it be Volkswagens or cab overs. I don't even know what kilometer we're at here, because I came the other way and there wasn't a kilometer sign for a long time. And this turn is backwards and I can't see. Oh, there's a sign right there. Load and low boy on the 8 mile and 5.
I did pick up the trailer. Over 2 on the 8 mile.
Copy that. But anyways, that's enough yammering on. I'm sure this video is long enough. Yeah, so I like literally, we got these new winch inspection books, and the first thing I wrote up on the winch inspection, I was like, can't get grease in the left side of the drum. That's over a year ago. I've been greasing the shit out of the right side, but I don't think it's keeping up anymore. That's a long ways to go across. And I told, like, probably maybe 2 weeks ago, I was like, my winch is growling at some points, doing like, it's almost like when it makes a full rotation, it's got like, it grinds so aggressively, it shakes the whole headache rack. Obviously, you guys will hear it, I'll emphasize and I'll point it out. And I'm gonna cut those clips, and I'm gonna send them to the boss and be like, shit's garbage. I have no problem flying off the handle about shit like that. I'm just like, I've been telling you. Just like the diff that's on fire. I'm like, is it normal for smoke to come out of your dash when you unlock your power divider and smell burnt diff oil? I've never smelled it before in my life. But anyways, I guess we'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good night. Peace out.
How are you getting back up after that? That is so bullshit! I stabbed you through the eye!